Taurus, hello, Amanda here. Welcome to Unseen Hands Healing. This is going to be your shift reading for the month of October. We are looking at the shape you are shifting out of this month, the shape you shift into, and what that shape shift looks and feels like. So Taurus, before we get into your cards, the image that's coming to me for you this month is a bit complicated, but very specific. It's the image of doctors or scientists in an observation room looking through a one-way mirror at a child in a playroom. And the question for me was, are you in the observation room or are you in the playroom? I'm not sure. It kind of feels to me like you're observing the act of play. Maybe this is a literal circumstance for you because it does feel very specific and it feels like maybe behavioral examination, or like childhood, some sort of process of childhood psychology or something like that. Maybe even like a diagnostic process, but play seems to have an important role in that process of observation, being in the observation room. I don't know what this is about, Taurus, but hopefully the cards will illuminate for us. So we're using the Slow Holler Tarot today as we get your shape shift for October. So what is the shape that Taurus is shifting out of in the month of October? Okay, interesting. I'm going to fetch a card. One moment. Okay. 2 cards came out. We have the Student of Branches, which considering, this is the Page of Wands in the traditional tarot. Considering the image that I'm seeing of like observing a child at play, this is pretty specific. You could interpret this image as a child, like playing with Lincoln logs or like playing with sticks. What this young energy is doing is essentially bridging a gap, building a bridge with these materials, but they're just at the beginning of that. And we do seem to be at the outside watching, observing in the observation room, so to speak, watching this act of play. And for me, the Page of Wands is very much about acts of play. It is a card of artistry and creativity and expressing creativity in unique ways. So this is interesting. Playful ways. Play being the gateway to artistry and creation. What a fascinating message so far, Taurus. The other card that came out is the Priestess, or in this deck, it's the Oracle. A very powerful and deep intuitive energy. We're just going to keep that on the table and see where it fits in. So what is the shape that Taurus is shifting into in the month of October? Fetch a card again. Okay. Interesting. 5 of Stones or 5 of Pentacles. And we're seeing a free fall here. An armadillo free fall. And I'm hearing letting something go. The release and surrender and the surrender that it takes to let something fall. I wonder what that's about. Let's get more cards. 2 more cards, please, to help us understand the shape shift for Taurus in October. Okay, great. I mean, this could be quite literally about the process of raising children and what it's like to allow your child to take an observation role as the child plays and runs and sometimes falls, trusting that they'll land with enough security and enough armor to be safe. This is a card about safety, security, feeling secure, worrying that you're not secure, worrying that you don't have what you need. And there's a need to just release that and trust in, you know, the armadillo has this inherent armor built in. It's an inherent safety mechanism, and there's some sort of energy coming through here about trusting in inherent safety mechanisms in a way that lets you let go and release and allow play. Allow things to play freely, whether that's yourself, allowing yourself to play freely, or allowing others or young ones in your life even to play freely. It's the fear of losing things that makes us feel like we have to hold on to them. Oh, no, stay here with me. No, you can't go do that. You have to stay here with me. You have to stay here with me. It's that kind of energy. I'm just using the metaphor of parenting because that's the image coming to me, but this doesn't have to be about parenting for you at all. I have to stay contained in what I know. I can't allow myself that room to explore or have an adventure or play in a new way, right? It's like, no, because I might lose what I have, so I have to stay here. But this reading so far is really just about release, and that release and the freedom to play can really only come when you trust your own inherent safety mechanisms. It's really interesting. Okay, the other cards that came out here, what your shape shift looks and feels like. 6 of Wands, 10 of Stones surrounding the Oracle here. And what's beautiful about the Oracle for me is it's about mystery. You know, oracles are mysterious. It is about wanting to know the future, and we can't always know the future, you know? And to seek an oracle, like tarot, for example, is sometimes motivated by the desire to know the future. And the desire, it's like, if only we could know the future, we would feel secure, maybe. And we would allow ourselves to play a little bit more in the present. If we knew we weren't going to fall. But the mystery and perhaps the blessing, although it is not comfortable, not often comfortable, of being human, is the fact that we don't know. Even when we get inklings, even when we get a presentiment about something, we don't usually fully know. And that's kind of the magic of the mystery of what it is to have a human experience, is to learn to trust enough to let go and play and explore and come from a place of curiosity. It's like, this is speaking to me of what it's like to consider your life as a work of art, that there is no separation between the art you make and the life you live, that your life is your life's work. Does that make sense? Your life itself is your life's work as the artist. And if that's true, and if play and curiosity and freedom and exploration are essential tools, and trust are essential tools to the process of making art, then they are also essential tools to the process of living life and being a human, having a human experience. Okay, interesting. Whoa, let's see what these other cards are about. The card of victory in the tarot and the card of home in the tarot. Let me take a look at this. This is fun. Okay. reiterating this message. The 10 of Pentacles speaks of home, which speaks of security, right? Having a strong foundation, having a roof over your head, having family surrounding you. I mean, what we're seeing in the distance of this card here is a family enjoying themselves after what looks like a beautiful feast, and just like letting the mess be there, because it's more important to be connecting together rather than like worrying about cleaning up the mess. You know, it's like, this is talking about, well, it's a couple of messages for me, because it is talking about security as a basic message, but it's also talking about like priorities, you know, like prioritizing a fun time and joyful connection and like playful togetherness rather than rigid togetherness, which is like, okay, great, we had this beautiful dinner and now I have to clean everything up and everything has to get restored back. It's like, no, leave it. Let's enjoy each other. Let's enjoy being here in this moment. You know, it's that kind of thing. It's that kind of version of security and family, maybe. And the Six of Wands today is speaking to me of, and I've never really, I don't think I've ever gotten this in this card before, but it's like this person looks like they're on the edge of a cliff. They're up in such a high point, and these branches look a bit, they don't look super solid or super secure. It looks like they could leap, free fall. There's a victory to be had in letting go, releasing, casting things to the wind. It's a trust fall is actually what this whole reading is. When things are the most mysterious, obscured from clarity, confusing, unsure, the security and sense of stability in such confusing, chaotic, strange times for you, Taurus, this month is found in cultivating the trust that is needed to let go and play. That's all it is. Let go, let play. Let play happen in your life. Let fun back into your life. Let the people around you bring fun into your experience, maybe even the young ones around you. Trusting the inherent, maybe even unseen, protective energies that are around and within us, that they are enough and they don't need your extra meddling. What they need is your spirit of curiosity and adventure. Okay. This is quite a reading already, Taurus. I'm going to take this into an extended now and pull some more cards and see if we can get a little bit more specific messaging out of this. If you'd like to join me there, you can click the link in the description box below and that will take you to Patreon. Patreon is an online community I've created for folks who like my work and want to go deeper. If that sounds like you, head on over there. Please read the full description when you get there so you know how a patronage works, and then I will send you the extended reading as soon as we connect. All right, Taurus, thanks for watching. Have a good October. I'll talk to you soon. When you're traipsing through the woods and you step on a fern, it will usually yield under your weight and then bounce back up after you have tread on it. It will bounce back. So there's a resilience, which speaks to strength, right? There's a resilience in that soft, pliable youth Right, which again goes back to the idea that came through this card, which is trusting your inherent resilience, or trusting your child's inherent resilience, right? It's so specific, this message, so potent. Or trusting your friend's inherent resilience, trusting their own strength, letting them find their own strength. Sometimes you have to fall to find your own strength, to realize you can get back up again. But if you're, constantly hanging on to them, they don't get to do that. They don't get to have that really important developmental experience that gives them feedback about who they are and what it means to be human.